Hi guys, my name is Rahul. Today I'm going to talk about actually more going to be a rant about IMAX Corporation and how they are run in India and how I feel about it and everything else. So this actually triggered because of what happened this weekend. So I thought why not go ahead with the video and talk about a lot of things I want to talk about and make it into a full video, mainly focused on the issue what happened last week this weekend. So let's start with this. Last 1.5 years, can I say 1.5 years? Like from January 2024 to April, there was 54 IMAX releases. Official. I am only talking about official releases. 54 IMAX releases. So 36 was scope, 10 was commonly flat on all screens, and there was 8 exclusive IMAX releases. And one of them was not actually having IMAX expander ratio. It was Deadpool. Deadpool actually had frame break 3D, and only those frame break 3D sequences actually the scene actually breaks the screen and become actually cover the black area also. So the DCP was 1.90, so I am going to call it and the 8th IMAX movie. So this is the situation here. So you understand that there is always most of the movies that has been released in IMAX last 16 months has been scope movies. So IMAX actually want to grow. So let me make this clear. Pritham Daniel, the VP of IMAX, actually has kind of done a good job if you only look it from outside. Like number of IMAXs opened in last 3 years or so is very high, and he was able to convince these national chains to bring more IMAXs in India. That is good, and I appreciate him for doing that. But there is also a negative side for that. I will talk about it. So right now what the main issue is that a movie called Sinners has been released, if you know. Okay, I have been talking about the movie, I have been tweeting about this movie because I absolutely love the movie. This movie shot on IMAX film cameras. Okay, a movie shot on IMAX film cameras and been promoted heavily as an IMAX movie was not released in 3 of the IMAX theaters in India. It's kind of weird. They are not only playing Sinners, that is an IMAX movie, they are playing non DMR, non IMAX certified movies in the 3 screens. First screen is PVR Priya, Delhi. This IMAX is considered to be one of the best IMAX in India, and they are not playing any IMAX movie, they are just playing non DMR movies, not even an official IMAX movie, when there is an IMAX release. The second one is also from Delhi. It's Enos Paras, if I'm not wrong, and that screen also is playing only the Akshay Kumar movie, the Kesari 2. Okay, so this movie is a scope movie and does not have any. Obviously, it's not even went for IMAX DMR. Okay, the third one is Eros IMAX, one of the IMAXs I have went to and I enjoyed because it is a very beautiful IMAX. But these 3 IMAXs not playing an IMAX movie that has been released fresh, okay, heavily promoted. And this funny thing is, PVR themselves promoted this movie to be watched in IMAX, and yet they are playing a scope movie that has no intention to be played in IMAX. Because if they had any intention, they would have went with the DMR process. They didn't do that because they have no intention to play in IMAX. So my question is, how are they doing this, or how are they able to went through this? If I am not wrong, IMAX usually allow, they might have a contract for each IMAX movies. Okay, so most probably the Sinners is released by WB Warner Brothers. So I am guessing internationally also. So I am guessing they might have a deal with IMAX that for 1 or 2 weeks it will be their movie playing, especially because this is shot with the IMAX film camera. But surprisingly, it is not happening in India. Okay, for me, if you ask me if an IMAX movie or IMAX cinemas is not ready to play an IMAX movie, that theater should not be an IMAX. If IMAX Corporation and IMAX VP, that is Pritham Daniel, cannot have any sort of control over these things, they should do something else. I mean, they don't deserve to be in this position if they don't have any control over their own brand. So this thing all started because of the lenient approach of IMAX, because IMAX want to succeed in India. So obviously they cannot succeed only with Hollywood movies. So they have been contacting the big Indian movies, like whichever has good name. They are trying to connect with them and make them convinced to do IMAX DMR, and they are offering obviously more probably all IMAX cinemas for them or something like that. There is some deal. I don't have any idea about what is a deal and anything like that. So I'm just guessing. So the problem with this entire thing is that for last one few years I have been noticing this. The focus is mostly on Indian movies if it is releasing. So they don't care. Like I am okay with movie sharing screens. Like if a biggie Indian movie is releasing, along with an IMAX expanded ratio that is made for IMAX movie releases, it is cool. They should share screens. I understand that because the Indian movie will get crowd. Okay, but in the Sinners case, there is no crowd for Akshay Kumar movie too, so there is no point. So that is a different thing. But I'm talking about in a common general sense that they could share screens. But the problem with IMAX is that they are offering something else. Because of that, many times I have seen that they are not even sharing the screen. For example, last year the Marvels, okay, the Marvels was released. I'm not talking about the quality of the movie. The movie had a lot of expanded sequences. It was a 3D movie, IMAX 3D movie. I watched it in a normal screen, obviously, because when it was released, there was no IMAX in Kerala, sorry, Kochi. So I have to travel to either Trivandrum or Coimbatore to watch the movie. So I usually travel in weekends or not on the first day at least. So because in first day there will be KDM issues and everything, so I usually avoid first day. So so when I planned all these things, actually Marvels was there in IMAX for 1 or 2 days. After that, it was entirely replaced by Tiger 3. As if Tiger 3 was successful. I mean, that is a different story, but the entire Marvel movie was removed from the IMAX. I am surprised even Disney actually allowed this. I am surprised that IMAX is allowing this thing. They should have shared the screens, not remove the entire portfolio or schedule of a movie that is actually worth watching in IMAX. Because mostly people love to watch IMAX movie if it has expanded ratio. Not everyone is like me or many other people who has no issues. They are only about quality. They only care about quality. But it's not like that. Most of the people prefer IMAX cinemas only for IMAX movies. Okay, when this is the situation and there are only few movies in last 1 year with IMAX ratio, you guys are not doing any favor to IMAX. I am talking to Preetham Daniel and IMAX Corporation. They are not doing any favor to IMAX cinemas by promoting scope movies in your screen when IMAX is mostly about that 1.9 ratio sequences for common people. When people go to IMAX theaters, they expect the movie to fill the screen. When it is not filling, you are actually doing like it is very negative thing you are doing to your brand. When Pushpa 2 was released, you remember the whole issue in the social media. I was one of them who raised the voice because I believe that Interstellar was supposed to release in December. It didn't happen because IMAX has given all the screens to Pushpa 2. But thankfully, we had an IMAX here in Kochi at that time, but they understood that Pushpa 2 didn't work in Kerala. So they actually removed few shows and put Moana 2, which has an flat ratio in their cinemas. But most of the places, Pushpa 2 actually did decently well. So, I mean, in IMAX theaters, I'm not talking about entire thing because Pushpa 2 was a very successful movie. But in IMAX, it did good, but it is not their best. Okay, so here is the thing. I was not cool because Pushpa 2 was taking in the entire shows. I was not cool about that. I was okay if they share. But in the end, it actually did nice because after 2 months when Interstellar was released, it got a free run and it also proved that there are people ready to watch IMAX movies. It happened recently, yet they did this thing to Sinners is the funniest thing. Then the Captain Marvel, another Marvel movie, Disney movie, actually shared screen space with Chava. But at least they only shared the screen space. Chava didn't remove the entire shows of Captain America or something like that. Okay, there are these things are happening quite often. Then the quality issues already is there. Like many Xenon IMAXs does not use dual Xenon to play 2D movies. We have including me myself, have complained to IMAX CEO, to Preetham Daniel, to everyone. We have messaged him. We have actually commented on his post telling that these IMAXs are not keeping up to the quality IMAX was supposed to give. Yet there is no action. I'm 100% sure there has been no action. That is why many of the screens still continue to do that, and they believe that playing single projection is fine. It is not. We are going to IMAX for premium experience, and we are not getting that. Pritan Daniel does not care. He does not respond to these things. We expect action, Mr. Pritham Daniel. We expect you to have take action against things and make sure that IMAX quality is maintained. We are fans. Look, I am a huge fan of premium large format, and IMAX is one of them. IMAX is one of my favorite format, and I don't like them compromising in their quality. It is not something IMAX should be associated with. After all this has happened, I mean, in case of Sinners issue, some of the news outlets, including Bollywood Hangama, actually has put out an article. But this was the Easter season. I mean, Jesus Christ was supposed to rise on the Easter day. But Preetham Daniel, I don't think he has not actually risen, even though Easter is over. Please, Preetham, please rise up at least now and do something and make sure IMAX movies are played in IMAX screens. Thank you. Told you, Preetham Daniel did a really good by promoting IMAX by bringing a lot of IMAX screens. Okay. But the problem I was talking about is that these screens are focused on some places only. Like Delhi and Mumbai is getting IMAXs after one another. Like, right? And PVR is building IMAXs only in there. Like Delhi is mainly PVR focused, Mumbai is focused by Inox. Even now also there are IMAXs coming, and most probably will be made by PVR in Delhi and made by Inox in Mumbai. So the focus is only there. Think about number of IMAXs PVR Inox built ground up in South India in last 4 years or 5 years. How many IMAXs actually PVR and Inox actually? How many new IMAXs actually is here? PVR Inox does not care about South India, if you ask me. I really don't think, because their reaction and everything, like IMAX is not going to work in South India. Like, reaction is stupid, absolutely stupid. Do you know why? Because they are opening these many IMAXs and in the same state. Because of that, they are dividing the crowd that is already going to IMAX. They are not getting new crowd. If they are one new crowd, you have to build IMAXs in places where there is no IMAX. And yet there are a lot of IMAXs is not profitable because the people coming to IMAXs are very less in many of these places. I'm not saying that every IMAX is running dry, but I'm saying that opening IMAXs in same places is not going to increase your number of people coming to IMAX. I don't think so. You are just dividing the crowd you already have. There is no IMAX in Hyderabad, right? It had one of the famous IMAXs in the country, yet Pritham is not able to convince anybody to bring IMAX into Hyderabad, right? It's funny in a sense. Bangalore is one of the most highest ticket pricey area. I mean, they have like the one of the biggest revenue generating IMAX is Koramangala IMAX, right? Koramangala IMAX. They are still having the same seats, same projection, same, maybe even the same screen from 2012 when it was made into a digital IMAX. It was PVR's first digital IMAX. Yet they don't care. I'm saying that PVR Inox doesn't care. If they would have cared, that should have been the first laser IMAX in the country. But no, they don't care. So what I think what they should do now is that they don't believe that PVR Priya will be successful with being IMAX. They don't believe Eros IMAX in Mumbai will be successful being an IMAX. They don't believe Inox Paras will be successful as an IMAX. I mean, that's why they are not playing IMAX movies and they are playing non-IMAX movies in the cinemas, right? So if they want to do why these three cinemas are IMAX, this is I am going to give you a solution, PVR Inox. If you are hearing Mr. Ajay Vijay, this is the solution, wonderful solution. PVR Priya, make it PXL back again. It was a top of the line PXL. Make it a PXL and play any movie you want. You will get good response. As you believe that IMAX movies are not enough, then why make it an IMAX? It has 12 channel 4K laser XT IMAX, right? Bring all those tech in the Koramangala Bangalore IMAX. At least people are showing up there. As you can see, people are paying a high amount of tickets. Like even you put 2000 rupees of ticket, people are coming there. So bring that IMAX tech to Koramangala IMAX and make PVR, PIA, PXL or something like that. Do the same thing for Inox Paras in Delhi, and do the same thing for uh, the Inox and Eros, both are Inox theaters, and bring one IMAX to Hyderabad. Make converts some of the Inox theater or PVR theater inside Hyderabad to an IMAX. Retrofit it, because Inox one in Paras and Eros is smaller ones, right? Bring that to one of them to Hyderabad and make a smaller IMAX, and bring the other IMAX to places there is no IMAX. Okay, Chennai does not have a laser IMAX. Bring that tech to Chennai, na? Do your own cinemas. So problem solved. I'm solving the problem. I am giving you a solution to your problem. If you want to play IMAX movies in IMAX, make them PXL or Big Pics, and give that tech to some other places where people will show up for IMAX. Isn't that the right thing to do? Maybe Preet and Daniel should talk about that to them too. Like, I mean, Dolby Cinemas is coming IMAX. You are going to get a huge competition now. Next year onwards, let's see how IMAX will retaliate for it. They will keep on bringing this Cineon IMAX and everything. What will they do? The problem with IMAX right now is that they are only working as an business proposition. They are not thinking that they have a legacy of quality or anything. They don't care. The entire thing is that the inability to IMAX Corporation to act, or inability for the VP of Asia operation, like who is Pritham Daniel, to act upon these issues is the biggest reason why IMAX is getting a bad rep. And this is not going to end well, because they are losing their grip. And if we are allowing other movies to play instead of IMAX movies, like this, what happened with Sinners is absolutely crazy. That should not have happened, yet it has happened. I don't think there is any response from Preethan Narayan. So they cannot wash their hands of, like, Warner Brothers should fix the issue. PVR and Warner Brothers should fix the issue. PVR and Inox should fix the issue. I don't think they cannot wash their hands away from this. Has to be done by Pritham Daniel or IMAX Corporation. Actually should have acted well and should not have allowed this atrocities to happen. Yet it happened, and it is continually happening, because I don't think there is any talk happening between IMAX Corporation and this IMAX 3 IMAX cinemas or PVR Inox, if we are specific. So what do you guys think about this entire situation? What is happening with IMAX and everything? Their inability to update properly. Their inability to make sure that IMAX has same quality everywhere. What do you think? Am I right about these things? You guys have a different opinion about sinners not playing in the cinemas, or any other issue you have faced in IMAX. Do you agree with me, or do you have any other viewpoint? I want to know about this. So that's about the rant. Thank you for watching the video. I will see you on the next one. Bye bye.